video walkthrough on a Heartland Mallard. So we're just gonna start in the back. This is a connection for your cable. So if you're going somewhere that provides cable, you hook it in through here. It's very rare nowadays that you'll go somewhere that provides cable, but you might roll up somewhere and have it be there. Below that, city water connection. That's where you're gonna hook your hose up to. This does not come with a hose for that. You hook your hose up to that, you'll be able to run everything off of the pressure from the hose, sink faucet and everything. To the right of that is an outdoor shower with hot and cold access. Push it closed, keep it nice and closed. This is a mount for a grill, so you would pull this pin, lift it up. The grill has a mount that clips to that, and then you slide it into there with a propane quick disconnect right up in there for it. Right in the back, you are pre-wired for a backup camera. Something simple you guys could do: 4 screws, pop that off, camera goes into place. It uses power from the marker lights, so you will need to have the running lights on your tow vehicle on for that to work. Back here, bumper caps come off. That's going to be the perfect spot to store your sewer hose. These don't come with sewer hoses. That is something you're going to have to purchase separately. Pop it off, store it in here. Got buttons for your rear stabilizers, so fronts work the same way. So in the interest of time, we'll show you the back ones. One will touch, and then the other will go, and then they'll push up evenly together. Almost there. There we go. Boom, that's it. These are stabilizers. They are not levelers. Don't try to use them to lift up your camper or to level it. You're going to use your front tongue jack to do that. Then you'll use these to snug it down to the ground, get it stabilized so it doesn't feel shaky. There's a self-resetting breaker in here, so if you were to overextend or over-retract, it will trip that breaker. It won't work for a few seconds, and then the breaker will reset and you'll be good to go again. Right here, have your sewer outlet with your gray tank number 1 in, and your black tank. So on your left, gray tank. On your right, black tank. Push and pull to open them or close them. So they should be closed right now. Pull these straight out to open them. Recommend making sure they're closed before you take your cap off. And then I always do the one on the right, the black tank first, let that get dumped. Then switch to draining your gray tank. That'll flush out your sewer hose. So when you pick it up to move it, it's not covered in debris, you know. Furnace does get hot. I don't recommend using compressed air to clean it. You just blow it further in the furnace. Just keep it clear of debris, anything. They make screens you can purchase to put on these to keep them from getting gunked up and whatnot. So this is a shore cord, your shore cord, 50 amp. Twist to plug it in, and then you can also twist this collar on there right there to get it a little bit tighter. Keeps it from unplugging. We'll kind of come around to the side here. Here's the controls for the front stabilizers, work the same way. This is your fill port for fresh water. So if you are going to fill the onboard tank of water, you fill it through here. Turn this, put your hose in, turn it on, it'll start filling up. Then you have a sizable tank full of water to use. Your drain for that said tank is right there. So it's open now, so keep that in mind. I recommend draining it every trip so it doesn't sit full of water when you're not using it. Water heater is super simple. Get your plug. Put the plug in there. Right there. It's kind of hard to do. The plug will go on there. 1 1/16 is the size for that. If you can use a wrench, that's what I like using. Snug it, don't over tighten it. Once you have that put in there, when you turn on any source of water, whether turning on the pump from here or if you're running city, this will automatically fill. Besides that, I recommend draining it every trip. So to drain it, you're gonna relieve your pressure from here. So open this up. It's gonna relieve all the pressure out of that. I'm just gonna come squirting out of there. That's fine. Then you can take your cap off. If you forget to bleed out your pressure, and just take the cap off. It's all gonna come out there. You're gonna get a bath. This one is gas and electric, and the controls for it are on the inside, so we'll show you that when we go on the inside. Pass-through storage here. You have lights. This switch over here, there's a little black switch next to this light back there. It does decorative LEDs up front. The front, have the battery cover off to show you. This is your battery. It's a Group 27 RV Marine grade battery. You do have a disconnect tucked up underneath here too, so you can disconnect the battery, turn it on and off. Right now it's, why is it not connected? Right now it's connected when it's up and down, it's connected when it's sideways, it's disconnected. When your battery is connected, it receives the charge from the converter, as well as you'll be able to operate everything off your battery. Got a lid, there should be a strap. Strap the lid down, get that put on too. And then here you are pre-wired for solar. Hook in through there. Run everything off solar. You don't have to take the tank cover off to get to these tanks. You can get to them from the top, but I like to take it off to show people. This one up. Dual tanks. Dual stage regulator. You can see right here, this is pointing this way. It's going to pull from this tank first. Once this one to get emptied, if you were to have this one on as well, so you could have them both on, it'll switch to this one. However, when it switches, this does not move. It doesn't indicate it switched. So my recommendation is have one off, have one on. A lot of people think if you put it in the middle, pulse them both equally. That is not true whatsoever. Power tongue jack with a light. This is what you'll use to level your camper front to back. Then you'll use your stabilizer jacks to run it down to keep it from shaking. If you're worried about side to side to level, as you back in, you back under some blocks to get it side to side. Chains, when you hook to your truck up, you're going to cross them, and you have a breakaway here that's hooked to this box right here. So if the pin were to ever come undone, it's going to activate the brakes on the trailer for you. Other side of that storage, here's a grill for you guys. That's the grill that you're going to use in the back. A couple cranks. This one with the skinny end is a manual backup for your stabilizers. The other one is a manual backup for your tongue jack. Pop that open and you'll be able to put it there. Keep coming around. Refrigerator. Every once in a while, pop this panel off, give these a quarter of a turn, pop it off. Use an air compressor with a blow-off tool. Clean it out back there, keep it clean. Same thing with the one up there. That's just to keep your fridge working good. Then you have a vent for your range hood. So pop these to close it, and pop them like that to open it. So when you have the fan running on your range hood, it actually has somewhere to vent out to. Outdoor outlet, GFCI protected. All your GFCIs are in the same outlet, so if you were to plug something into it and it would trip, you're going to go in the bathroom and reset it. Black tank flush right here. So when you're draining your black tank, a lot of the campgrounds have a dump station, have a hose over there. Hook a hose into that, turn it on. There's a nozzle built into your black tank that'll spray everything out as you're draining it. I recommend doing that every time. Helps prevent a smell from building up. Outdoor kitchen. That's the mini fridge. You turn it on and off from here, change your temperature settings. It's pretty easy. Storage out here, light for out here. Slide out little drawer. Yeah, really simple. And then the nice thing about this camper is you have access to your bathroom from outside. So if you have guests, you don't have to have them cut through your camper to get into the restroom. we'll kind of go inside. We'll kind of start with these steps here. They're adjustable. You pull these, then you can move the legs up and down to adjust the height. And then they just fold in. We're gonna start in the bedroom actually. Knock that out real quick. Lights above the bed, you can see they have an on and off switch, one for each side. Each side of the bed has an outlet, then a USB port, charge your phones and whatnot, which is nice. And then you have an ultra wide mattress. Door, barn style door. To that, and then it slides. Please remember when you're traveling to lock that and retain it, so it's not sliding all over the place when you do travel. Up in here, you got storage up underneath your bed, which is nice. Storage up there, storage back there on each side too. Up over here, spot for a TV. This plugs in to TV hooked to your radio. Cable. So hook your coax through here. Make sure that's on if you're going to use the antenna. This has a built-in antenna. Turn it off for cable. Power for the TV as well. And then you have secret storage up underneath here, which is nice. Light switch here does your bedroom lights. This one is on and off for the pre-wire. It's just pre-wired for your Wi-Fi booster. Pre-wired. Light switch here. Left is going to do your awning lights. There's awning lights up there. We'll turn that on right now. See? Left main lights in here. Then you have controls for your door side, which is this slide. And then your off door side, which is that side. So those are your controls for your slide outs. Nice and easily labeled, which is nice. Got a radio in here. So that turned it on. Here's your remote for the radio as well. Change here to go through different channels. Bluetooth to pair your phone to it via Bluetooth. Auxiliary, so you can hook up auxiliary, which is actually in the back of the radio. So the radio really isn't set up to have the auxiliary. USB to put your phone in there too. Power there, volume, and then zones. So I can turn off zone 1 and have it just outside, or turn off outside and have it just inside. Very easy. The only thing you can't do with the remote is the zone. Actually, you can do the zones, which is, oh, that's pretty cool. A lot of the radios don't let you do the speaker zones from the remote. Turn that off. Got a fireplace right here. Turn that on. Coal bed, change the color of it right there. Timer, you have a timer. F turns the heater on. Low, high, off. Flame. Kind of the speed of the fan, color of the flame, and then on and off. This is 120, so your camper needs to be plugged in for that to work. Refrigerator, neat thing about this refrigerator is it's basically a chalkboard, but they're super simple to use. You have your controls here, on or off, auto or gas. So we're gonna turn this off for now. On auto, I would definitely leave it on auto. If the trailer were to ever get unplugged and your propane were to be on, it'll switch automatically to running off of propane. Keep your food cool. The thing about RV refrigerators is gas or electric doesn't matter. It takes about 7 to 8 hours to get cold. So plan your trip accordingly. Plug in the night before if you can. Microwave works like a standard household microwave. If you're not plugged in, not going to work. Light fan here. Remember what I said with that flap on the outside? If you're going to run that fan, make sure that's open. Then you have folding glass cooktop with light. To light it, you'll turn that to high, twist your sparker, lights right up. Oven's a bit different. You can look up in there. You can see where I'm twisting the sparker. There's a pilot. You're gonna turn this to the flame, push and hold. As you're pushing and holding, you're gonna click the sparker. Once it is lit, hold it down for a few seconds, then make sure that when you let go, it remains lit. Turn it to your desired temperature. You could turn it off to the flame and leave your pilot on, or shut the burner off. Please turn it off anytime you leave your trailer unattended. Plenty of storage throughout. This is your manual. So the manuals are all in here. Light switch for decorative LED lights on the side of the slide. Storage underneath there. Sink. This has a removable kind of head. You can switch from stream to spray. And then here's your faucet right there. This turns into a bed. It's very difficult to show while filming one-handed, but I could do what I can. I think it works just like a jackknife. So I think you lift this up. Yep, slides up, so you could sleep on like that, or take this bottom drawer underneath it, pull it out. There's a cushion underneath it in the drawer that you'll put on top to fill in that space. Very easy. As well as this turning into a bed too. Lift up the table, pop them legs out. The table's going to rest here, and then you're just going to use your cushions to kind of fill in the gap on the table to sleep somewhere. There's another outlet underneath there too. Thermostat, very easy to use. So that's off. See it says off? When you first turn it on, it's going to ask what fan mode you want. Auto, high, low. I recommend auto. It's going to allow your AC compressor to cycle on and off at whatever temperature you have set. So once it reaches that temperature, the compressor shuts off, the fan will stay running. Keeps your AC from freezing up from it constantly running. It allows it to cycle on and off. Tap it one more time, you're on furnace. Furnace goes up to 90. We're going to actually turn everything off now. Plenty of storage there. You have a breaker box here. All your breakers for your 120, all your fuse for your 12 volt. You have, looking at all 15s here. So I get a bunch of 15-net fuses spare. Just keep them aside just in case. I would rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. On your bathroom. I like the bathrooms in these because, again, they're separate, kind of. But there's lots of information to tell you in here. Light switch for your bathroom. You do have a fan here with a lid, so pull this down. Push. See how that works. A switch to turn the fan on. I always recommend running the fan when you take a shower. Monitoring panel. You can read battery voltage, how full your fresh tank, how full your black and your gray tanks are. If your water heater on propane and your water heater on electric, you can run both at once. I usually do until it's hot, and then I turn off gas. Make sure there is water in it when you run electric so you don't burn out your heating element. And then if you need to pull water from your fresh tank, kick your pump on. Toilet, super simple. Foot pedal. As long as you're pushing down, it'll continue to flush. Don't recommend antibacterial soap. You need bacteria in there. And remember to use septic safe toilet paper, or marine grade toilet paper, something like that. Sink, very self-explanatory. Plenty of storage in these. They give you storage above and below, rather than just a mirror on the wall. You actually have a medicine cabinet. Shower with a bath, so if you have small kids, it's perfect. If you turn it on now, it's just going to fill up the bath. But pull this straight up, diverts it to your shower head. They put sunlights in these, or skylights, whatever you want to call them. I think for natural light, but I also think to give it more room if you're taller, which is nice. And then your light switch again is here. Another GFI outlet on the side of there. Usually the resettable one is in the bathroom. This one is probably in a different spot. We'll find it as we go along, actually. Coming through here, this is your slide control for the slide. So make sure this door's closed when you close it so your slide doesn't hit it or nothing. Then your lights are in here. Got a top bunk, capacity of 300 pounds. A spot to put a TV in here. Plenty of storage on either side. Emergency exit window. Open these up right here. The window pivots out so you can get out. If not, pinch these and you can use it, slide it up and down as a regular window. These cushions can be rearranged in any way or shape, however, to create a couch in here or to create an extra bed. And then this folds up and down here. So if you want to have it in couch form, it gives you some headroom. Up or down, it doesn't matter when you're traveling. 200-pound capacity for that bunk. Just a few other odds and ends I got to show you around here. You got a smoke alarm. Uses 9-volt battery. Starts chirping on you. Throw no 9-volt in it. Light switches here do your... That one on the right is going to do your lights in there. One on the left. It's going to do those decorative LEDs. You have a fire extinguisher there. Here we go. This is the main GFI. So if any of them trip, this is the one you're going to hit reset on. There's also, you should also have a, here's a carbon monoxide and propane gas alarm hardwired to a 12-volt system. No batteries you have to worry about changing. However, if the battery up front, the one I was showing you up by the propane, were to start dying, that means your LP alarm might start chirping, meaning it doesn't have enough voltage to operate correctly. It's going to throw off some low voltage chirps. Don't confuse, they're not an alarm. Just like your smoke detector at home will do when it runs low on battery, that's going to start chirping on you. Up here, this is the pre-wired spot for the Wi-Fi antenna. So if you wanted to get the Wi-Fi, that thing on it, you could pay monthly through it. See? Just by itself, if you get it installed, it's a Wi-Fi booster. Boosts the range of your Wi-Fi. You can also put in a SIM card with it from WineGuard or through Verizon or AT&T. Pay basically an extra phone plan on it. And then through WineGuard or your phone carrier. And then you'll have access to 4G data that you can connect your Wi-Fi to and have Wi-Fi you can do. I always think it's not really that worth it because if you have unlimited mobile data, which a lot of people do anyways, and you want access to the internet, use that instead, because then otherwise you're stuck basically paying another phone line. A few other things. If you're handy with your smartphone, you can QR code that right there. Got your manuals in there too. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for the video walk on your Heartland Mallard. I thought I remember the model number, but I don't. But it'll be in the title of the video. Hope you guys enjoy this trailer. Hope you guys get a heck of a lot of good use out of it. I really do enjoy these Mallards. I like the separate room, keep the kids separate, you know. And you guys get a heck of a lot of good use out of it. And until next time, goodbye.